Hello everyone and welcome to week 3 of the MMDL. This week we're going up against Raku, coach of the California Sharks, I think the team's called, something like that. And they have an incredibly scary team to face off against. They have an amazing defensive core with that Skarmory with Delta Streamer Well-Baked Body, which covers all of its weaknesses depending on what ability it goes. We have a Regenerator or Guts Snorlax, which is incredibly difficult to break and to handle defensively if it is Guts. We have a Sheer Force Sturdy Ribombee, which if it starts quivering up, I might just auto-lose. We have a Venusaur, Unaware and Thick Fat, which makes my team really struggle as I do not have a flying type, so we might need to rely on Area Late Cyclizar. They have a Rhydon with Fluffy plus Eviolite, which takes so many hits. I do think if it does come, there's a high chance it could be Water Absorb, since we do have that scary Primarina, the Gliscod, and also Ogerpon's Ivy Cudgels don't make contact, so Fluffy doesn't work. They have a Raichu Alola with Terravolt or Psychic Surge. Psychic Surge makes sense if they're scared about First Impression from Gliscod, but Terravolt could also be there if they think I'm a Volt Absorb Gliscod, so either could come. They have an Intimidate or Scrappy Hitmonlee. Don't really see Intimidate coming. Scrappy is definitely a possibility. Just because of its speed tier, could be a pretty good Scarfer, or even if it just wants to be a spinner in the match. As it can be a Scarfer that outspeeds Hooper. And I'm sure Close Combat does a ton of damage, even if I do resist. Because Scrappy can hit through Ghost, but I'm also Psychic, but I also have negative defense. Charizard, I definitely think Charizard's going to come to this match. Desolate Land makes the most sense. Magikarp could come, but Desolate Land is so good into me offensively. And also good defensively for him, since I forgot to mention, but we swapped over abilities with Gliscod and Primarina. Gliscod was Primordial C, and Primarina was Volt Absorb, but we switched them around as Primarina wanted to be way more offensive than it currently was, and I thought that was just kind of the best option. When I first had sorting out what abilities to give everyone, I thought Gliscod would be a little bit better for my team with Primordial C, due to the fact that a lot of these fire types are ended up getting poison coverage that could still hit Primarina. But with things like this, Charizard blows us up with a flying move anyway, so I think just for the future, Primordial C and Primarina probably would be a little bit better and make it that offensive 19-pointer that I need it to be. Potion Alola I don't really see coming, but it could do as like a prankster passing shot bot, pretty much. It doesn't really do a whole lot else in the matchup. And then Lantern, Lightning Rod, Earth Eater could potentially come, could be a little bit annoying, but I feel like the Blastoise would probably be just better to come overall. So the ones that I think definitely come are definitely top 3, Venusaur, and then I definitely think Charizard comes, and then probably any of the others, really. So yeah, we'll get into what I'm bringing. Boom. We have a very interesting team this week. Getting a lot of our bench warmers, per se, onto the field just to see how well they can actually do. We have Stunfisk Gala with a Custap Berry, Well-Baked Body. This is really good into the Charizard. We have Stealth Rock, Stone Edge, Counter, and Earthquake. We're 258 HP, 8 in attack, 148 defense, 104 Spadef with an Impish Nature. My HP and special defense is there for Specs Focus Blast on a Charizard. I can guarantee live that. We can kill that with a Stone Edge, or if I am coming out into it, I can then do the Custap Stone Edge, or I can Custap Stealth Rock, something like that. Rest in defense in case it's a physical variant, and also can take some pretty good hits from other of the mons. Next up, we have Skuntank with an Assault Vest. We have Vessel Overin, Knockoff, Sucker Punch, Gunk Shot, and Superfang with 248 HP, 4 in attack, 68 defense, 180 SPDEF, and 8 speed with a Careful Nature. To be honest, I don't remember what this set is for. I believe 8 speed is just in case something wants to try and speed creep me. SPDEF to live. I think Rabombi hits. And Raichu hits. And overall, this can just be a really good mon in the game. Super fanning things down, and then knocking off items. Hopefully I can land Gunk Shot and then Sucker Punch as a threatening priority. Yeah. Next up we have the last bench warmer that we're bringing, Simisear with Air Balloon Protein as our ability, Rock Slide, Grass Knot, Acrobatics, and Fire Blast with 8 in attack, 252 special attack, and 248 speed with a hasty nature. I believe the 8 in attack is for, I think once my Air Balloon procs, Acrobatics into, I think, max HP Venusaur, to be able to take that thing out. Rock Slide obviously hits the Charizard, Grass Knot for either of the waters that can do pretty good chip into them, and then Fire Blast, potentially if it's not a well-baked body, Skarmory, and also it hits the Rabombi. Next up, we have an Assault Vest Cyclozar with Aerial as our ability, with Rapid Spin, Power Whip, Body Slam, and U-Turn. We're 160 HP, 68 in attack, 252 SPDEF, and 28 speed with a Careful Nature. I believe the 68 is for Rapid Spin to guaranteed Oko No Bulk Rabombi, or it gets pretty close, something like that. Body Slam is so I can hit that Venusaur. Power Whip is for these scary water types, and something to hit that Rhydon, and then U-turn for momentum. I believe this means I can live one from full health. I can live a Sheer Force Life Orb boosted Moonblast from that Rabombi, potentially picking it off. Next up, we have hopefully the MVP for this week, Wheaton Primarina. We have Choice Specs, Primordial Sea, Weather Ball, Psychic Noise, Energy Ball, and Surf with 80 HP, 252 special attack, 4 SPDEF, and 172 speed with a modest nature. 172 speed, I believe. It's max speed Rhydon. Potentially 199. Outspeed Venusaur, something like that. We don't want to be fully speed invested as it just wasn't needed, but we needed some speed to out, just in case some of his more bulky stuff decides to be fast. It can be a threat to us. That was the plan. This one, it does so much damage, depending on what my opponent brings. Weather Ball is a very good click. Might need to just be a little bit careful whether it's a Delta Stream Skarmory or not. Psychic Noise is there, so I can take out that Venusaur. Energy Ball for potentially Water Absorb Rhydon, the Blastoise, and the Lantern. And then Surf is just a pretty good click into pretty much everything. Obviously not not the Water Absorb Rhydon, but I'm pretty sure Blastoise and Lantern do take a chunk from that. And then finally, I was lacking in the speed department, so we went up with Choice Scarf Ogerpon. We have Sword of Ruin, Ivy Cudgel, Rock Tomb, U-Turn, Encore, 252 in attack, 4 SPDEF, and 252 speed with a Jolly Nature. This speeds ties the Alolan Raichu. And Ivy Cudgel is just a great click into a lot of the team. That Rhydon gets blown up. Good into like Blastoise, into Lantern. We have Rock Tomb if I think they're going to go into Charizard or Rabombi. Though with a bit of chip, I can potentially kill the Rabombi with a Ivy Cudgel or crit, which I haven't got. I don't think I've got an Ivy Cudgel crit yet. I'm still hoping for those that high crit move to actually crit. So we'll see if that happens in this game. This is a little bit of a test game. Obviously we're hoping to win, and I'm hoping that I can pull off a win, as being 1-on-1 in my own league. I'd like to not go 1-2 if possible. But yeah, potentially making some transactions, at least thinking about it. So we're seeing if these bench warmers can hold up to being on my team. So yeah, I've already played the game. I have the replay up, but thankfully I have the video for you guys, which I thought I lost, but I didn't. So I'm going to stop this recording now, and I'm going to send you right to that video, and I hope you guys all enjoy. Let me get to my pen and paper, there's so many things I need to be writing down. Right, so we have no Blastoise, no Rhydon, no Hitmonlee, that's fine, no Zard, no Lantern. I prepped so much for Zard. Give him good luck, have fun. We're going to copy the live link. Ah, he's already done it. They've already done it, that's good. Right. Well, I'm going to lead Cycle Zard, as I do not want webs up on my side of the field. Also, yeah, this is the new layout. I couldn't show you for week 2 since the change in mic settings was giving me a headache because it was just so bad. Google lied to me. Right, so Skarmory, Snorlax, Rombi, Venusaur, Raichu, Alola, and Persian Alola. Persian Alola is a little bit interesting. I guess Prankster, it can just parting shot around my entire team. I'm really surprised at no Zard, as Zard was cooking me. This does mean I can just spam Surf the majority of the game. Need to find out if that Skarmory is Well-Baked Body or Delta Stream. Goes into the Persian Alola. I'm just going to U-turn. I'm probably going to get parting shotted. Actually, it'd probably be a good idea to find out what this thing actually does, as I do not remember. Alolan Persian. I'm assuming you can T-Wave. Yeah, you can T-Wave me. You can Prankster Switcheroo, which would be a little annoying. So maybe I just hard switch Skuntank. We're going to do that. Instead of U-turning, as I'd like to keep, although I'm not too fast, I'd like to keep the speed. Parting Shot, obviously I'm a Dark type, so I'm immune. And I have a very free Super Fang on the rest of the team. Or do I fancy knocking off? I don't know what item you could be. Obviously, you are Prankster Persian. Prankster. Parting Shot. I think Super Fang for the damage is just best. So we're going to Super Fang. We're going to get knocked off. Okay, our Assault Vest is gone. And let's get up my calc. There is my calc. We're going to have a little look-see. My Skuntank, Persian Alola. I'm assuming this is no attack investment. For it to do... Yeah, he managed to get lowest roll possible, I think, which is a little unfortunate for him. But, yeah. Absolutely nothing. And then I'm just going to knock whoever wants to come in. He is leftovers. Knocking off the leftovers could be a little good. So we're just going to click knock off into whatever wants to come in on this. Into this and black sludge. That is good to know. So this Venusaur is probably like Earthquake or something then. Venusaur. Offensive Earth Power. Doesn't do like anything into me. Should I go Simisear? I kind of like Simisear, not gonna lie. If he does pop my balloon, then Acro does so much into him. I could Super Fang again if I really wanted to. Do I need to keep health on this? This is good for the Ritualola and I guess kind of the Rabombi. Well, Simisear, what it was originally here for, isn't here. So I'm going to hard Simisear. And we are Balloon. I'm going to get Leaf Seeded, unfortunately. But that is okay. I think I Fire Blast. We know that Skarmory can be... So this is probably Thick Fat. If I had to assume this is Thick Fat. So Fire Blast is still doing the most to no bulk. Do I want to Acro? I kind of want to Acrobatics. But I think Fire Blast is just the best click. If he's max HP, I do 41 to 48%. So he's in a 2k range. Maybe not after Leech Seeds. How much health did it get back from Leech Seeds? So it was at 66. Okay. Right, so that is, looks to be pretty spadef. For Fire Blast to do 32, you are max HP, max spadef. Acrobatics with no item isn't killing, I don't think. Oh no, it does. It does kill. I mean, it should, at the very least, which is good. Get rid of this thing, which frees up Primarina quite a lot, actually. We need this gone, and then the Raichu. And then Prim looks super duper free. Which is good. Good. We're going to get 2 more turns with this Simisear, unfortunately. Protects. Okay. Does he go for the double protect? I should be writing this stuff down. I keep forgetting. So your Leech Seed. Protect. Which is cool. He might go for the double protect. He might switch out here. What do I think he would switch out into? Skarmory, maybe? But I don't particularly need this anymore. Or I might just get more chip with Fire Blast. No, I'm going to Acro just because it could be Well-Baked Body. Scarm. I'll Acro again. No, it's Delta Stream. Damn. Should have Fire Blasted. But it wouldn't have killed. So that's fine. So you are Delta Stream Skarmory. Delta Stream. So I can pretty freely go Primarina on this Skarmory. Defensive Skarmory, Delta Stream. Yeah, Surf should be killing this if you're just max HP. So we're going to go Primarina. My Heavy Rain, it does a whole bunch. If that Venusaur comes in, and is that max HP, max Spadef, I'm pretty sure it is. Weather Ball does the most. Yeah, so I think I Weather Ball here. We're going to click Weather Ball, which means I will be forced out if this switches and goes back into something, whatever, if this comes back out again. But that is fine. I'll probably go Stunfisk, get rocks, as it's not the most useful Pokemon in this game anymore, since the Zard didn't come. I think I prepped a bit too much for the Zard, but I definitely thought that was coming. So we're going to Weather Ball. We're going to do so much damage. I'm just going to click Weather Ball again. Probably switch out back into Skarmory, but that is a good chip. So maybe I should have Surfed. Surf was pretty free. We're going to Weather Ball. Do 19%. We'll probably see a Roost here. I'm going to go Stunfisk and try and get rocks. We can also see if that, I'm assuming the Snorlax will be, Snorlax is probably regen. This, obviously I do absolutely nothing. But getting up rock just looks really good, as you're going to get up spikes. I'm going to get up my stealth rock. You want to spike stack me, which is, it's not ideal, but it's fine. Spikes. So I want to look back on that Snorlax as he is like no bulk. How much should I do? 78. Yeah, so he's offensive lax, as that's, yeah, that is like no bulk. It could potentially be like a high roll for some HP investment, but it's most likely no bulk / 100 or less HP. So yeah, gonna get up rocks. Which should help. I'm assuming the lax is, I'm gonna see body press, which is fine. I think I'm gonna click counter this time. I don't really care if I get chipped on this. So I'm going to click counter. And then honestly, yeah, you're going to spike stack me again. That's fine. I could go Skuntank. Skarmory. We haven't seen an item. I'm assuming it's Rocky Helmet. I don't want to go hard Cyclozar, I don't think, as, yeah, body press will kill me. It's a lot of chip, but honestly I might just go Primarina. and it'll start throwing off surfs, as that's just free. So we're going to have 3 layers of spikes. I'm going to click big old surf this time, as surf should 2-hit KO the Venusaur. Thick Fats, we found out you have like max HP, max Spadef. Surf to 38 to 47. You're going to take that. You're going to take this. You are like no speed investment. So unless you're timid. Is this my point where I go and Cyclizar? As you're like no offense. You could Leech Seed me, but I'm gonna spin. Get rid of these Spikeroonies. As 3 spikes is not ideal for the rest of the team. We're gonna go Cyclizar. Gonna click Protect. We're gonna click Rapid Spin, as that should take you out. Going to go Skarmory. Rapid Spin. You are a Rocky Helmet. Figures. And I'll go right back into... do I wish to U-turn? I'd like more health on this, I think. So we're just going to go into our Primarina. Potentially see a Body Press come off just for chip on my Prim. But it should be fine. Could see a Roost. Or just straight into Lax. So we found out this Snorlax is no bulk. Or like minimal bulk before. If you're max speed, Jolly, you do not outspeed me. And I think Surf just kills. So we're just going to Surf. You're going to Protect. To Scout. You're leftover as well. He still dies, I'm pretty sure. Gonna sack the Venusaur. And he probably goes Raichu now. Yeah, we see Raichu, it takes rocks, it's Terravolt. Fair enough. We go Skuntank on Raichu Alola. We no longer have an Assault Vest. And we don't know what item you are. You are Terravolt. Not Terra Shift, Terravolt. Terravolt. So we just go hard Skuntank. Which I'm fine with. Probably just see a Volt Switch here, which makes sense. But yeah. T-Bolt, which does 35%. So your boosting item. So your specs. I'm going to click knock off, because you probably switch, yeah, back into this. We're going to knock off your helmet. And Skarmory. Knock off doing 70% was a lowest roll for max HP, max defense. I don't kill with anything. You probably roost here. So I'm going to click knock off again. Maybe I click Super Fang if you roost. No, because I outspeed. I'm just gonna hard Primarina. You probably hard Raichu, or you can do. No, you're just gonna roost. That's fine. We are one roost down. Okay. Surf is completely free again to his entire team. We're gonna just click it again. Spec Surf does damage. It does damage. I slightly regret letting Skuntang's Solvis be hit off. As that Raichu can become a little bit of a threat. Slightly worried about a Rabombi endgame, as I think Cyclizar's still out of range of a Sheer Force Life Orb. Because I think that's... I should live 2 of those from full. No, I'm wrong. I live 1 of those from full. So, Rabombi is still a massive threat to my team. Huge, huge threat, actually. Rabombi might have this in the end game, not gonna lie. If it hits Stunfisk, Stunfisk can potentially go to Custap, and I can Custap Stone Edge. Gonna sack the Persian. Okay, fine. Persian is dead. Raichu is a choice. Specs. Timid. We're gonna go Skuntank. Last time he did... I think he got lowest roll. Was that what I was looking at? I don't remember. Raichu, Alola. Choice. Specs. T-Walt. I am Noah Vest. Yeah. So I die, potentially. So I'm actually going to take a ballsy play and go Ogerpon. I'm Scarfed, so I can Revenge. I think I Rock Tomb. Because this might be my endgame for that Rabombi. That's the problem. So I think I actually go... I'm going to go Stunfisk. Might be a dumb play. Aha! And I'm going to click... he goes Skarmory here, surely. But I'm not confident in making that play straight into Primarina on this thing. But I will Stone Edge into Lax. You are regen Lax. You are the Regenerator. But you are offensive. Snorlax. So you do have some bulk in physical defense and HP. Why is this telling me you are max now? Why is this telling me that even max? So now it's telling me your max HP, max defense. But Primarina's Weather Ball wouldn't have done that much if you... What? How am I fucking up calcing this bad? Or did I just get a major high roll? So your max HP, max defense. So everything is Fizz Def. I'm so confused. Primarina. What did Primarina? Primarina, Venusaur. Primarina. What did I click? Weather Ball. Weather Ball. I did 78% with Weather Ball. So I just got a high roll on max HP. I'm stupid. This could sub. If this is sub, I'm in a very bad spot. But you look to be fully Fizz Def. Not very offensive. To the point where I can go Ogerpon. You are sub. But I can just click Encore. And Encore you into that substitute. Is that even how it works? Can you Encore someone into sub? Sound base, surely it goes through. Protect. So you'll sub-protect lefties. So probably switches. He's getting a lot of health back. It's almost to the point where I can just spam Surf. I have to Encore here, even though, yeah, you go Skarmory. Set up the Delta Stream. I hard Prim. You defog away the rocks. Okay. But we're back to this position where Weather Ball just claims a KO. Even Surf is highly likely to kill your max HP Snorlax. So we're just going to Surf. Forgot the regen. But fine. I'm free just to click Surf again. You click Protect. You click Protect, but it doesn't take you out of range. And Skarmory dies. Skarmory's dead. Which means Weather Ball is completely free for the rest of this game. Right, you're no attack. I feel like I just want to surf you again. As I mean, if you protect, get leftovers, then you can have enough HP to sub, I guess. Toxic, okay, fine. You protect. I probably should have predicted that protect, not gonna lie. We're gonna surf again. Actually, since there's no heavy rain, you potentially live. Oh, you lived. Seismic toss. Okay, we're going Stunfisk. You're gonna protect. I'm gonna get up Stealth Rocks. Raichu, Alola. I'm assuming you're gonna switch out again. It's Psychic, I don't think kills me. T-Walt. He's played his endgame very well with this Lax. Now that Prim is so low health. To the point that I might not be able to break Lax anymore. Which is not ideal. Not ideal at all. What was I going to go to? Stunfisk. Yeah, Psychic doesn't kill me. I'm going to click Earthquake. Surf, I forgot you got access to that move. Not gonna lie. We can go Ogerpon though. Or is Cyclizar better? For that Lax? No. Ogerpon seems best. As Ivy Cudgel does a lot of damage to the Snorlax. Or Skuntank maybe. I'd have to prey on a Gunk to be able to hit and poison. When for this I can just... Yeah, I'm just gonna go Ogerpon and Ivy Cudgel, honestly. Could Rock Tomb, I guess, for the Rabombi. But the way you're playing it, I don't think you're Scarfed. So we're going to Cudgel. I'd be very shocked if you're Scarfed. Yeah, you're going to take out this Raichu. The problem is if you quiver, I'm kind of fucked. If I let you freely quiver. Sheer Force Life Orb. Bug Buzz definitely kills me. Cyclizar always dies. Skuntank can live, but not a +1. Primarina doesn't outspeed. It could be down to if I crit or not, honestly. Okay, so he didn't quiver. Which means the problem is... we go Skuntank. Who doesn't die to anything. Doesn't die to Bug Buzz, doesn't die to Moonblast. I think we Gunk in case you switch Snorlax to try and get more regen. And then he's to Poison. Fuck, I'm calcing with Assault Vest. Shit. Oh, I threw. Oh, I threw. Oh, that's unfortunate. Yeah. There's no way out of here. Damn. Damn. Well, GG to Raku. I can't break Lax anymore. And I can't beat this. He just Moonblast a couple times. I should have suckered. Should have suckered. GG. Damn. Ah, that miscalc. I still think it was really difficult for me to win. Not impossible. Definitely not impossible. But difficult. I think I can do it. Maybe, maybe not. Well, that's 2 losses in a row. That does not feel good. Might need to think about making some changes to the team. Yeah, that was unfortunate. Alright, see you guys next week. Well, after that loss of another time where I'm just really playing poorly, unfortunately, I have decided that I am going to be making transactions. I'll go more through that in the next week's video. But currently, mons that are definitely on the chopping block are Simisear. I know I kind of played poorly with him, and I think for his price point, it's actually pretty good, especially that 101 speed tier. I just don't think it really fits for my team, and there's another mon that just does his role a lot better that I'm looking to pick up, and the Stunfisk Gala didn't really do too much for me in this matchup. I guess it kept rocks on the field, which was pretty good. I probably should have clicked EQ on that low HP Snorlax going into the Raichu, but in my defense, the rocks still looked really good, so that it couldn't freely just keep coming in trying to get Regenerator off. I should have definitely sucker punched into the Rombombi, but me thinking that I lived because I was calcing with the Assault Vest on, I thought my best play would obviously be to Gunk Shot, just in case that Snorlax does try and come in. If he saw that as his only option to try and win, to switch in, get some regen, switch out, sack the Rabombi, and then switch back in to get as much health as possible, which would put me in a really bad spot. So I don't really think in theory, my idea was flawed. It was just, I'm just messing up calcs. I'm usually, in my battles, using calc decks. The problem is it does not work with almost any ability, unfortunately. So yeah, changes will be made. We're currently 1 and 2, which is not ideal. 1 and 2 with 0 differential. And hopefully we can pull it back. That being said, we have an incredibly threatening team to go up next week. And they have a Mon which really shouldn't be allowed in the format, but nobody told me. Nobody told me Noivern was banned. And I let that thing for 16. I'm stupid. So we're going to have to try and work my way around that matchup. But yeah, I hope you guys did enjoy this battle. And yeah, we'll see you for next week.